This is Bronnie, The Bronnie Show, every Wednesday. Follow Bronnie everywhere at Bronnie Music.
What's up, everyone? It's Bronnie, and you are listening to The Bronnie Show, and I'm joined here with May Elaine. How's it
Hi.
going? Girl, I saw you last month at Country to Country Fest, Sea to Sea. It was amazing. I was absolutely blown away with your performance and everything. Me and Chris, my drummer, were saying you were like a floaty ghost on stage, just vibing the whole time.
Oh,
It was
thank you so
amazing.
much. That's the biggest compliment. I'm always going for sort of like floaty ghosts. So honestly, brilliant. Thank you.
So, what was it like to perform, at that festival? Did it make you even more excited with certain like favorite artists there? What was it like for
Mm,
you?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I only found out I was gonna be playing like a couple days before. So I was kind of a last minute call in, and honestly, it was such a bucket list moment. Like I feel like especially any UK country artist will know like how much a slot at that festival means to kind of play and how hard it is to get on a stage. And there were so many amazing acts playing all weekend. So I was just honestly so excited and also terrified to play because I was like, right, I've got to do good. I've got to like show up for the UK country music scene and show that we can do it and prove that we can do it. But it was honestly lovely. Like everyone there was so sweet, so kind, like listening. I mean, I was on a stage that so many of my favorite artists were playing as well, like Maggie Anton, who was on just before me. Like that was crazy because I absolutely love her music. And I know like Willow Avalon was on the day after, and so just being on like the same lineup as some of those artists that I really look up to was really, really cool as well.
Oh, that's amazing. And do you know what? Maggie Antone and Willow Avalon were two of my favorites as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah,
good.
I feel like you three should do like a whole UK tour together or something, or worldwide. Be
Honestly,
it live.
yeah, if they want to have me on, if anyone wants to call them up.
Amazing. So, with your music, like you tick a lot of boxes, don't you? I love the way you write your songs. I feel like there's so many concepts that people can relate to. I feel like, especially, what my favorite thing to do is go for like summer walks, well, kind of spring walks, but like listening to your music because I feel like it's such a soundtrack to my walks. Like it could
Yeah.
be in movies and soundtracks and all. I love it. But you also do, it's kind of like folky, country, poppy, that kind of blend. So obviously you know your music better than anyone else. So to anyone new, how would you describe you as an artist and your music?
Yeah. So I would say it's kind of a bit of a long-winded way, but like a country, I make pop music, but with country and folk influences. However, someone the other day described me as Laurel Canyon country, and I was like, okay, I might be stealing that. That's a good
Love
explanation.
that.
But it's very like 70s inspired, I think from the visuals to the sound. Yeah, I'm just super influenced by those three types of music, like artists like Casey Musgraves and Joni Mitchell, Fleetwood Mac, Haim, like all of those. I really pull a lot of inspiration in. And I think as I was growing up, it was always like, okay, you're a bit too country for pop, you're a bit too folk for country, a bit too pop, but like it was always trying to find like a genre to fit in. Whereas I feel like now everyone's kind of really accepting this like cross genre mix. And yeah, when I'm writing music, I just kind of like make what I love and it all ends up luckily fitting in that world. But yeah, so that's how I would describe myself.
Oh, amazing. No, I love that. I love that. Because I think nowadays, I guess like back in the day, it was kind of like you listened to one genre, that was your thing, and people would gatekeep that kind of genre. But nowadays, everyone's listening to so many different types of, music and all that. So to have like your finger in like so many pies and all that, it's gonna bring so many
Yeah.
people in. And no, I love that.
Yeah, and I think I grew up listening to a lot of different types of music, so it's nice to be able to like tap into each of those influences and hopefully there'll be something for everyone.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions because I feel like that's how you get to know someone really quick. Okay, so I'm just going to get my questions up. So, what is the first album you bought with your own money?
Oh, I think it might have been. It was either Red Taylor Swift or Blue Joni Mitchell. I can't remember if I feel like maybe my parents bought me Blue and I bought Taylor Swift, but those were like the first two like proper albums I remember like really listening to.
Oh, amazing albums as well. Loving that. Are
Yeah,
you going for the color vibe as well?
yeah, I had a strong theme back then.
So, what is most favorite song you've written that's released?
Do you know what? I would say like the favorites change all the time, but one that's always a favorite is Just a Girl, just because I think the message is so important to me.
It's such a gorgeous song. I'm currently non-stop listening to Never Be Enough.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I love that one as well. I think I always love the one that's come out at the moment as
Yeah,
well.
very
It's like
fair.
the newest one, like gets a new life, seeing
hmm
everyone listen to it. Yeah.
That's the one I feel like could be in a TV show, like a serious
Oh,
moment of something going on. I'm like, yeah, vibing it. So, what is your favorite song that you've written that's unreleased?
oh, one at the moment, it's a song called Guys Like You. I think I played it at C2C and I've been playing it on like the tour I just came off of. And it's basically about men who love the sound of their own voice.
I like
So
that. Yeah, I think we can all
like
relate
the girls
to that.
yeah.
So, what's the favorite venue you've ever played?
Oh, I think I love the O'Meara. I always love playing there, the O'Meara in London Bridge. That's one of my favorites.
Amazing. And then, what is your dream venue to play?
Ooh. I guess I would say like O2 or Wembley, but I think one as well that would feel like a real bucket list moment would be the Ryman in Nashville. I'd love to play there, and also Shepherd's Bush Academy in London because I've just seen like every artist under the sun there. And so I think that would be a really nice like pinch me moment.
That would be so awesome. Yeah, because I guarantee like you'll probably just like see all these like flashbacks come in with all the like old
Yeah.
bands scene
Like
and
I've probably been there like 20 times or something to see people. So being able to like stand there and play it actually and like sell it out for my own would be amazing.
so I am just in love with your music. I've just found myself like whenever I don't know what to listen to, I'm like, do you know what? I'm just gonna listen to your music because there's always a song for like anything I'm feeling right now. So how do you go about writing your songs? Like, is it different every time? Is it kind of like you just whenever you feel inspired, you sit down, or is it a lot of songwriting sessions, or what's the vibe?
Yeah, so it kind of changes quite a lot. I mean, I almost always start with either like chords and a melody or a lyric idea. And I actually write a lot of my songs while I'm on walks. So I love that you said that you like to listen to them on walks because that's how most of them start. I probably look crazy, but I go out to the park with my dog and I just walk around in circles and like sing into my voice note app. And I don't know why I've got ADHD, so I feel like when I'm moving, I work better. So it's often the way I'll like start writing ideas. And I find that when I'm doing something, I'm less worried about like, oh, all the lyrics right, is all the melody correct? Like I'm just able to kind of like get a vibe. And so I'll normally start writing my songs like that. And then sometimes I'll bring, when I get back home, like I'll take them onto guitar and I'll like write them myself. Or if there's an idea, I'm like, okay, I really like this idea, but I'm not quite sure how I'd make it work fully. I'll take it into a songwriting session. So it often starts like that, but I kind of get inspiration from, I guess, everywhere, like personal experiences, what things that friends are going through. I love reading, so reading, watching films, all of that stuff. I just try and take inspiration wherever I can. Or like I earwig onto people's conversations on the bus. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Mhm.
And I just
That's
write
so
about that.
good. I love that you're like it's songwriting, I promise. Yeah, I'm not just putting in.
Yeah, I just
That's
want
so
that
good. And
inspiration.
you know what? As like a fellow ADHD gal, I totally relate to thinking of concepts on walks. It's
Yeah.
so I don't
I
know
feel
what
like
it is.
it opens your brain up to like just being in this creative space where there's no pressure as well.
Oh,
You can just
100%.
sing or write, or your brain like goes off on little tangents.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to kind of confuse you. Like at home is always like things,
Yeah.
isn't it? Whereas
You're
on
like, oh,
the
the
walk.
washing's going off. Like, yeah, exactly.
That's so good. So I know how fun interviews can be, but I've also been on the receiving side of some boring ass questions. So I put together some fun questions that I think you'll like.
Hey.
So if your music had a spirit animal, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I'm such an overthinker, so I feel like I could spend hours thinking about this. But first thought was a butterfly because I feel like there's a lot of growth in it. And yeah, hopefully it's like pretty sounding as well.
I
So,
love that. Yeah, I smashed it. Okay, if you had to form a supergroup with three other artists, living or dead, who's on the roster?
oh my gosh. Okay, I'd have to go Stevie Nicks.
Mhm.
Um, I think we gotta go like female powerhouse, maybe Stevie Nicks, Dolly Parton, and then let's go Willow Avalon as well.
Yeah, that. Oh, do you know
No,
what?
what in
I
there.
will buy tickets. I'll be front row. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
So if there was a 3 minute sum up video of your whole life, good, bad, the ugly, what would the soundtrack song be? From a
Oh,
different artist, not your song. Like what would your
oh, okay. This is, oh gosh, I'm so bad at these. I'm really thinking about it. One of the first things, it's a bit sad, so maybe it wouldn't be as sad, but there's a song called Older Than I Am by Lennon Stella, and that's always one that's like really hit me, and I'm like, oh, I can feel that one. So maybe on the sad parts of my life, it would be that. But then, oh, I'll try and think of like a happy one. I don't know. Slow Burn, Casey Musgraves, maybe. Just like
amazing.
letting life come as it goes. It's a slow burn. Maybe things will work out. Maybe they won't. We'll just have to wait and see.
I love that. So we got a couple questions left. So if your music taste had a big family tree, name some artists that you'd be related to.
Okay, so definitely Casey Musgraves, Joni Mitchell, Stevie Nicks. Probably got to get like Johnny Cash in there. Avril Lavigne.
Love a bit
Hi.
of Avril. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was a big Avril fan, especially as a kid. I
Yeah,
like made my mum buy me a pair of pink DMs and a little biker jacket and the
it's
gloves.
so good. That first album, honestly, because it's a mixture of pop punk and country. Like when you listen
Yeah,
to acoustic tracks, I'm like, this is genius.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it's like so secretly country, I feel like. Yeah.
Damn you, Avril. She's so
Yeah.
sneaky. Amazing. So, okay, we have the last question. Oh, this is always one of my favorites. I feel like this kind of sets the scene really, like with artists. So, if your album, if you're gonna make an album entirely in one location, like a cabin in the woods, a New York City apartment, what would it be and why? Where would it be?
Okay, I feel like I would have to go somewhere on the beach. Maybe in California or somewhere tropical on a little beach hut that walks out straight onto the sand, water, palm trees. I'm such a summer. It needs to be warm. Let's get that straight. It's not a
Oh,
beach in England,
100%, yeah.
England. Like it has to be hot. I'm such a summer girl, and I feel like I'm just my most relaxed, like best self when I'm by the water, and there's something super calming about it. I feel like just being able to like go out for a swim in the morning, bit of tanning and then going right, like that would be the dream.
Amazing. Yeah, I totally vibe with that. Yeah, definitely somewhere in California, like somewhere on the Big Sur or something, or
Yeah. Yeah, maybe do a bit of surfing and then kind of go
I'm a
into right. That would
surfer.
be I try. I can't say I'm that good, but I've tried.
Oh,
I
I'm
love it.
so jealous. So
Oh.
wait, when did you start?
So I started surfing when I was maybe like 10. I
Mhm.
used to surf a little bit like down just by the coast of England. Wasn't that good, but I can always like get up on the boards. That's something I'm quite proud of. That I'm like, I don't really fall off that often when I'm getting up. And then this year actually I went away to Sri Lanka in January and I did like a 2 week surf trip. And it was probably one of like the best things I've ever done. It was amazing for songwriting inspiration. It was just I'm not very good at winding down. I'm sure like you'll relate as like a creative doing your own thing. You're just always on the go. You're always thinking I could be doing more, or like I should be writing more, but actually being somewhere away where I just had like an input period of just like taking all this information in, being able to sit with myself, think about what I wanted to do. But also the ADHD being active,
Yeah,
surfing was really I felt like by the end of the 2 weeks, I like started to get the hang of it. I was like, I don't want to leave now. I'm just getting good. But hopefully I can do it again.
I am so jealous. Yeah, so what I was gonna say, like, what are your hobbies outside of music? Because obviously, like, it's hard when people say what's a hobby because music is like, even
Yeah,
though it's your
it's,
career, it's
it's
your
everything.
favorite hobby, isn't it? So
Yeah.
what other? Tell me more. This is so interesting.
I think like vintage fashion is one of my I don't know
I
if
thought
you
you
could
were gonna
call it.
say vintage.
You know
Vintage.
what?
Yes.
I love vintage. Vintage is my
You know
hobby.
what?
I've literally got like 6 parcels I need to take to the post office right now. I'm trying to do a one in, one out policy. Anytime I buy something, something has to go because I'm such a hoarder.
Mhm.
Um, but I love vintage shopping or like just looking at vintage clothes, like going to antique fairs and vintage markets. It was something I grew up like my mum used to take me to as a kid. So I love that. I also feel like there's a lot of like stories behind the clothes and like furniture and things. And as a kid, it really creeped me out. I always thought there were ghosts that would like come out of the dresses. But now I love it. Although I do keep them all like locked in my wardrobe. I'm like, no outfit is being left out because if some spirit comes out of that, I'm not dealing with
Surrounded
it.
by like crystals and everything.
Yeah. But I love that. I I'm like a bit of a secret gym bro. People often find it quite funny. Like I think being someone who's very hyperactive, like it's a good way to get all my energy out. But I love like setting myself little gym challenges and things like that. But yeah, my friends always laugh. They're like, "You're actually such a secret gym bro, and no one knows." Like disguised as like a folk country like little fairy. I don't know.
So what are your next plans? So obviously you've just released some music last month. Have you got any more songs coming out? Any tours coming up?
So I have my next single will be coming out in May, which I'm very excited for. And so I'm currently releasing singles into what will be my EP, my next EP. And so that will drop, I can't say exactly when, but end of summer, beginning of autumn vibe. Round there, it's quite easy to guess probably what month. But yeah, so everyone just keep an eye on the social medias, all of that stuff. I'll probably announce it within the next 2 months, but yeah, just kind of leading up into that, into the next project, carrying on writing for the next ones, hopefully doing as many shows and support things as I can. I always like post about them as soon as I know about them on my Instagram and places like that. So if anyone wants to keep up to date there, that's probably the best place to find out.
Amazing. And where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm Maya Lane UK on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I also have a mailing list which you can sign up to in my Instagram bio. And that will everyone on the mailing list gets like all the info the first. So and all the behind the scenes. So that's a great place to be if you want to stay really up to date.
Yeah, amazing things. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been so nice to chat.
It was awesome.
This is Bronnie, The Bronnie Show, every Wednesday. Follow Bronnie everywhere at Bronnie Music.